challenging myself. I started realizing that just because my 2-year-old is saying something that I can't see doesn't mean that it's not true.
Right.
And I think that's what started opening me up and starting to try and pay a little bit more attention with this. And believe me, I get into my moments. I'm just like, no, just listen to me, please. It's just so much easier because I just want to be right.
And I'm the mother.
And I'm the mother.
And I know it all.
And I know it all. But I mean, it's so true. Yeah, but I've learned there's so many times where I have to stop myself and be like, well, why am I telling her no? Yeah. Why am I telling her she can't do that? What is your reason behind that? And I think it's so easy for us to get into our patterns.
Right.
That, and this is true for not just parenting, it's true for anything, work, anything. You know, we get into our patterns, we just react, but we don't think about why we're doing what we're doing it.
Right.
And that's what I realized with them. It's like the other day, I told them, you know, they're doing something in the house, and I stopped myself as I was about to tell them, stop what you're doing. I realized,
why am I telling them to stop? Yeah.
Why can't you throw the pillow on the sofa? What's the point? Like, why can't you?
What's going to happen if they do?
Yeah, it's just a pillow, you know, and a sofa. It's soft. It's not that big of a deal, you know. And I just started realizing that I'm the one who needs to start increasing my imagination.
Right.
I got stuck into the box, and I got put in that 10%. Well, they're at 95. Well, maybe not quite 95 anymore. The older one, but you know, they've got this imagination. They've got these ideas. They've got this possibility to change the world. I mean, the internet was was created because somebody had an idea.
True.
You know, AI is created because they have this idea.
True.
In order to have these ideas and these inventions, that imagination needs to stay there. Whereas I'm the one that came down, and I'm stuck and be like, oh, I want to.
And you try to bring them down.
And I try to bring them down to my level because otherwise I don't understand them.
True.
But the reality is, they're the ones who have all this creativity and all these ideas.
True.
I should be looking to them for the answers.
Yeah.
Given there's a lot in between that I still need to, you know, help them understand how the world works, so they can get their level in the point where they can move it through the way that the world works and then apply it. But honestly, and of course there are other things I need to learn, right? Math, basic math, things like that.
Exactly.
You know?
Yes.
But I need to keep my mind open to their imagination and to their ideas as well.
True.
And so that's hard because
That's
I'm the mother and
exactly.
I'm right.
Yes. So I think it's a whole cultural difference, right? Because from the times when we grew up versus the times that they're growing up. Yeah. And I think I had a similar resonating moment in my life because I remember my son was 3 and I was traveling. And we were waiting at the departure lounge, and I was very busy with, you know, him and his, trying to look through, you know, his stuff and making sure everything is there. I'm a little bit forgetful, so I was trying to make sure I've gathered everything. And he suddenly said, "Mama, I think they've announced our flight at a different gate." And I thought he was only 3, and how does he know? So I said, "No, I think you're mistaken." And he said, "No, I promise you, I heard them." So he just heard the word Air India Express because that was the flight that we were going to take. And he said, "I know that they made an announcement. You want to go and check?" But I was the mother and I knew better. And when I checked in, they said it was gate F. So I was waiting at gate F. And then I realized suddenly the whole area where I was sitting was empty. So I went up to those people and I said, "Is there a change in flight?" And they said, "Yes, ma'am, better rush to gate B because we've changed. We just announced that the flight is going to depart from gate B."
So he was right.
And he was right. And he was just 3 years old. And I realized, and that was the first time I think it resonated with me that I may be the mother, but I just don't know everything because there are times. And like you said, they're so much more smarter and they're so much more aware of the surroundings than we were when we grew up.
Yeah.
So I think that just makes them a lot more smarter and more aware of things, you know, around them. So I think they pick up those vibes and I think they grow so much faster than when we grew.
You know what I wonder? I don't know if it's because we were different than them or because at that time the generation that brought us up, I don't want to say crushed us down, but you know what I mean when I say that. They were absolutely from the beginning, I am right, and you learned quickly just not to say anything.
Yes.
Whereas we've started to adapt and change, and we respond to them in a positive. No, I think you're wrong, honey. Instead of don't talk to me.
Right.
I'll deal with this. Yeah. So there's a different reaction. So we are starting to be more aware of it than our parents were, because at that time it was just very clean cut. So, you know, and I think about that sometimes when it comes to myself. Like my parents, they did the absolute best that they could with what they had.
Correct.
And I love them and I appreciate what they did. Absolutely. Does it mean I agree with the way they parented me? Not necessarily. Do I think that I'm doing a great job of parenting my children? No, absolutely not. I make mistakes all the time.
True. And it's okay to make mistakes, right? Because parenting doesn't come with a handbook of do's and don'ts, right?
And if it does, every child would need its own handbook. Really,
Exactly.
because every person is different.
True.
So I find that interesting because I think back to my own childhood, and I think, you know, if maybe I would have been given more encouragement rather than no, you need to be put in your place. Where would I be now?
Very true.
So that's what I also, you know, recommend is for the children. It's listening to who they are. Really, what are they saying? What are they trying to tell you? What is it about gaming that your son absolutely loves? Well, maybe it's not the gaming itself. Maybe there's something else. I don't know. That's a bad example.
So, are there any? So being an author, of course, I look at you as an authority, kind of an authority. Are there any tips that you could give our viewers on, you know, how do you understand your children better, or, you know, how do you bring out the best in them? How do you stop saying, I'm the authority because I'm your parent and I'm the mother, so I know what's best for you, so do what I tell you to do. Are there any tips that you want to share with our viewers who are parents, probably?
I would say the first thing is forgive yourself, because it's going to be a process. Like there's no golden ticket to it.
Right.
And going back to, I think, something that most of us have heard before, listen to them, but also listen to yourself. Why is it that you're telling them no? Why is it that you don't believe what they're saying? Is it because of you really don't believe it, or because of your own pride?
Right.
And I found that with myself, a lot of the times I was saying no because either other people I was concerned about other people's expectations.
Right, always. I think we're always looking at the world around us. What are others going to say if they see this? If they see you doing this? If they see me doing this?
But then the question I ask the parents is, who do you care more about? Do you care more about the person around you? Do you care more about your child? And so if you care more about your child, you need to listen to that child and what they're saying. And if you don't understand, ask them a question. And I'll give you a perfect example. The other day, I needed my daughter to, she had gymnastics, so I asked the nanny to take her in a taxi. She freaked out. No, Mommy, you can't have her go in the taxi. And I was about to go in the, no, honey, you have to. We can't do it in any other way.
Exactly.
It's got to be, I'm the mom. And then I stopped, and I thought, well, you know, what's going on in her brain? So I asked her, so honey, why is it that you don't want to go in the taxi with the nanny? She says, Mommy, because the taxi may not know where to go. And I realized she was connecting it to another experience where they took a taxi and the taxi driver got lost and her older sister was late for her activity.
All right.
And she didn't want to be involved in this. So I said, okay, honey, how about if I do this? I'll get an app and I'll tell them exactly where they need to go, so they have it on the map. And then and I'll see where you are the entire time, so I can always make sure that you're going the right place. Absolutely fine. It turned from what would have been into an hour tender tantrum, into absolutely nothing, because I stopped
and thought about
to understand what she was upset about. Right. And so I think that is the biggest tip I could give to all parents is, and it's so hard. It seems so simple, but it's so hard. Is to stop. If it needs to take 6 breaths, take 6 breaths. Back to another wonderful old episode yourself, and try to find out what it is really that your child is asking or doing, or the reasons behind it. And it's not easy, because they have to try to express that themselves, and they may not understand that themselves. Right. And that's why this book is, this book series helps them, because it helps them slow down, it helps them process, it helps them ask the questions, and then they have to understand what it is that they need to do to get rid of that particular trickster. So they have to have self-awareness in order for it to happen. Okay. So that's what this book series also accomplishes.
Okay, so I think we've spoken about the canster. Maybe we'll speak about the fierster, you said? Is the next
there's the fierster and the busy stir.
The busy stir. So maybe we can talk about a few more books in the coming episodes and just give them a preview of what the book is going to be all about, and motivate them to read and motivate your kids to read.
Absolutely.
So if you like if you like hearing what we've already spoken about, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to watch our past and our previous and our future episodes.
Yes.
Is there something you'd like to tell our viewers?
Yes, please. And visit me on the website www.treeksters.com. That's TREEXSTIRS. Also on Instagram as Treeksters. And please sign up for the newsletter. You'll find out when all the new book launches are and other activities or anything else coming along with the series.
Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rachel.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching.